Buenos días, buenas tardes o buenas noches. Bienvenidos a la clase número 6 en tu canal Learn Spanish Easy and Fast. Como siempre, hoy aprenderemos cosas nuevas y seguiremos en nuestro viaje donde juntos, tú y yo, estamos aprendiendo la lengua de Cervantes. Let's start. Comencemos. Okay guys, in this lesson number 6, we're going to start remembering, refreshing about nouns. And we have this exercise over here that we are changing from singular to plural. The first noun that we have is libro. Libro ends in a noun, so to make it plural, what do I have to do? Very good, I have to add an S at the end of the word. So libro becomes libros. Very good. The next one, celular. Celular ends in a consonant. So to make it plural, what do I have to do? Very good. I have to add es at the end of the word. So celular becomes celulares. The next one, zapato. Zapato changes to zapatos. Very good. Taza. Taza changes to tazas. Muy bien. Ventilador. Ventilador changes to ventiladores. Very good. And finally, abrigo. Abrigo changes to abrigos. Muy bien. Excelente. Now, my friends, we're going to talk about adjectives in Spanish. As you know, an adjective is a word that describes a noun, modifies a noun. So, in this case, the first adjective that we have is bello. Bello ends in an O, so it's masculine, right? And bella ends in an A, so it's feminine. Feo ends in an O, so it's masculine. Fea ends in an A, so it's feminine. Alto ends in an O, so it's masculine. Alta ends in an A, so it's feminine. Pequeño ends in an O, so it's masculine. And pequeña ends in an A, so it's feminine. And over here we have the adjective grande. Grande ends in an E. And in this case it can be feminine or it can be masculine, depending of the noun, okay? If grande is modifying a masculine noun, then grande will be masculine. And if it's modifying a feminine noun, then it's going to be feminine. For example, if I say un hombre grande, a big man, it will be masculine. Or una mujer grande, it will be feminine. Okay? A big woman. Right? And the same with the adjective inteligente. Inteligente ends in an E, so it can be feminine or masculine depending on the noun. Right? Let's move on. Okay, guys, here we have some examples with nouns. Okay? Hombre bello, which means beautiful man. Hombre is a noun and bello it's an adjective. Bello modifies hombre. All right? So, hombre is masculine, okay? So I say hombre bello, right? But if I want to make the noun and the adjective plural, then I say hombres bellos. Remember that if the noun ends in an E, then the only thing that you have to do to make it plural is to add S at the end of the word. And the same with the adjective, okay? In Spanish, adjectives change in gender and number, not like in English, right? They change together with the noun. So I say hombres bellos. I say mujer bella, and I say mujeres bellas. I say libro feo, and I say libros feos. I say niño inteligente, and I say niños inteligentes. I say niña inteligente, and I say niñas inteligentes, because in this case, remember, the adjective ends in an E, so it doesn't change if it's feminine or masculine. Okay, let's continue. Okay guys, here we have a table similar to the one that in the previous class, but in this case talking about the most common patterns of adjectives. And again, I say the most common patterns because there are more rules. There are many rules in Spanish, but I don't want to make these lessons too complicated, so I want to make them simple, to keep them simple, okay? Simple is better, but effective. Simple but effective. Okay, so in this, the first pattern that we have is when the adjective ends in an O, like in the word bello, okay, in the adjective bello. And the indefinite article that I have to use is un. So I say, for example, un hombre bello, okay? Because it's masculine, un hombre, right? Hombre is masculine, so I say un hombre bello, all right? And plural, if I want to make the adjective bello, for example, which ends in an O, I want to make it plural, the only thing I have to do is add an S, the letter S at the end of the adjective, at the end of the word. So it would be bellos, right? And I have to use the indefinite article unos. And I say unos hombres bellos. This indefinite article is new for us. It's the first time we see it. And in English, we don't have it. In English, we say a beautiful, a handsome man, okay? A beautiful man or a handsome man, but we don't have an indefinite article for plural. But in English, we do. And I say unos hombres bellos, all right? It's like in English, some beautiful men, all right? And we also have in Spanish the word algunos or algunas, right? Which is a similar word. Okay, guys, another pattern. When the adjective ends in an A, then it's feminine, right? For example, I say mujer bella, right? Mujer is a noun and it's feminine, right? And in this case, I use the indefinite article una, right? Because remember, the adjective changes depending on the noun. So in this case, mujer is feminine, so I say una mujer bella. But if I want to make this adjective plural, the only thing I have to do is add an S at the end of the word. So I say bellas, and I use the indefinite article unas. So I say unas mujeres bellas. Okay? If the adjective ends in an E, then it can be feminine or masculine depending on the noun. I say, for example, inteligente. So I say un hombre inteligente or una mujer inteligente, depending on the noun, right? And to make it plural, the only thing I have to do is add an S at the end of the adjective. So I say unos hombres inteligentes or unas mujeres inteligentes, okay? And if the adjective ends in a consonant, then it can be feminine or masculine again, and I can use the indefinite article un for masculine or una for feminine. And for example, I have the adjective fácil. Fácil ends in an L, so I can say, for example, un ejercicio fácil, an easy exercise. Ejercicio ends in an O, is a noun that ends in an O, so it's masculine. So, un ejercicio fácil. In this case, fácil remains the same. It doesn't change it doesn't change for feminine and for masculine. But if I want to make the adjective when it ends in a consonant, if I want to make it plural, the only thing I have to do is add an ES at the end of AS at the end, okay? Most of the times ES, okay? Most of the time ES. As in this case, I say un ejercicio fácil or unos ejercicios fáciles. Okay? But sometimes when the consonant ends in an A, I can change it to, in order to make it plural, I have to add AS at the end. And many of these adjectives, when the consonant is the letter R. For example, I say, un hombre seductor, okay, the seductive man, un hombre seductor, or una mujer seductora, right? Or I can also say in the plural, unos hombres seductores, with es at the end of the adjective, unos hombres seductores, or unas mujeres seductoras, right? With as at the end of the adjective. Okay? Okay, guys, let's move on. Remember, any questions that you have, let me know in the comments. I am happy to help if you have any questions. Okay, guys, let's move on. Okay, here we have some examples using noun, using adjectives, and using the indefinite article. And I say, un hombre bello. I say, unos hombres bellos. I say, una mujer bella. I say, unas mujeres bellas, some beautiful women. I say, un niño inteligente. I say, unos niños inteligentes. I say, una niña inteligente. I say, unas niñas inteligentes. I say, una niña especial, right? Notice that especial ends in a consonant, right? So it can be feminine or masculine, but in this case, remember that the adjective depends on the noun, and in this case, the noun is feminine, so una niña especial, in this case, is feminine. And if I want to make it plural, the only thing I have to do is add es at the end of, in this case, the adjective especial. So I say, unas niñas especiales, some special girls, right? I say, un niño especial, and I say, unos niños especiales. In this case, especial is feminine because it describes the noun niño, which is masculine, right? Or unos niños especiales, some special boys. It happens the same as in the feminine. I say, un hombre emprendedor, and I say, unos hombres emprendedores, okay? Or una mujer emprendedora, and unas mujeres emprendedoras, with as at the end of the adjective. All right, let's move on. Okay, guys, let's remember the personal pronouns. So remember that we have yo, tú, usted, that is the same as tú, but in a formal way. Él, ella, nosotros or nosotras, ustedes, again, there are no difference between formal and informal. In the plural, ellos and ellas. Okay, and now let's conjugate the verb to be. In Spanish, we have two translations for the word to be in English. And in this case, I put the personal pronouns in brackets because remember that in Spanish, I have a conjugation for every personal pronoun, so I don't need to use the personal pronoun unless I want to make emphasis. I want to emphasize in the idea that I am saying, okay? So I say, yo soy, tú eres, you are, usted es, you are, él es, he is, ella es, she is, nosotros somos, we are, or nosotras somos, ustedes son, you are, ustedes son, you are, ellos son, they are, and ellas son, they are. And the other word to translate the verb to be is the verb estar. And I conjugate it like this. Yo estoy, tú estás, usted está, él está, ella está, nosotros estamos, or nosotras estamos, ustedes están, ustedes están, ellos están, and ellas están. Okay, guys, here we have some examples with adjectives, and I say, and using the verb to be, and I say, ella es bella. Ella está bella hoy. In this case, I can use the adjective alone, but in this case, it's feminine because I say ella. Okay, ella is a personal pronoun that is feminine because I am talking about a woman or a girl or a child, which is a girl, right? And I say ella es bella. Okay, she's beautiful or she's pretty. Or I can say ella está bella hoy. Why the difference? Both of them in English is she's pretty today or she's pretty. In the first sentence, she's pretty, and in the second sentence, she's pretty today. But why isn't in Spanish different? Because most of the times in Spanish, I use the verb ser to talk about something that is temporal. That is permanent. I'm sorry. I use the verb ser for something that is permanent, that is a quality of the person, and I use the verb estar for something that is temporal. Okay, not permanent but temporal. For example, if I say ella es bella, I am saying a quality that this person has, and it's something permanent. Okay, at least for a long time for a long period of time. Okay, and if I say ella está bella hoy, she's pretty today, is more temporal, all right? Because maybe she got dressed well, because maybe she has a good makeup. Okay, so I say él es un hombre importante. I use the verb ser. I use the verb es, which is a conjugation of the verb ser, because it's a quality of this person. He's an important man. It's a quality that he has, all right? And it's something permanent, at least for a long period of time. Okay? I say, ella es pequeña. It's a quality that she has, all right? She's short. Ella es pequeña. Or, él es alto. He's tall. Él es alto. But I can say, María está delgada. Okay? María is thin. María está delgada. I use the verb estar because it's something maybe temporal. She's thin now, but she can eat a lot and be chubby or fat or not thin in the future. All right? I say, María está feliz. Okay? And besides, remember that to talk about feelings, I use the verb estar. It's one of the verbs that I can use. María está feliz is a feeling, and besides, it's something that it can be temporal. So, María está feliz. María está soltera. María is single. María está soltera. So she's single now, but she can be married in the future. María está soltera. La casa está sucia. The house is dirty. La casa está sucia. It is dirty now, but it can be clean in the future, right? Okay, guys, now let's see some useful expressions that we can use in Spanish. Expresiones útiles. And the first one is disculpa, excuse me, disculpa, informal, or disculpe, formal. ¿Puedes repetir, por favor? Can you repeat it? Can you repeat, please? Or ¿puedes repetir, por favor? The same. Can you repeat, please? But ¿puedes repetir, por favor? The first one is informal or casual, and ¿puedes repetir, por favor? Is more formal, okay? The next, ¿entiendes? Do you understand? ¿Entiendes? Informal, or ¿entiende? Formal, okay? And possible answers can be sí, entiendo, yes, I understand, or no, no entiendo, no, I don't understand. ¿Comprendes? Do you understand? Informal, or ¿comprende? Do you understand? Formal. ¿Entiendes? ¿Comprendes? ¿Entiende? ¿Comprende? Is the same. Are synonyms. They are synonyms. And possible answers can be sí, comprendo, or no, no comprendo. Another useful expression, perfecto, perfect, perfecto. The next one, delicioso, delicious, delicioso. The next one, buen provecho, buen provecho. It's like bon appetit or enjoy your meal, buen provecho. The next one, hasta luego or hasta pronto. It means see you later, see you soon. The next one, ¿cómo se dice en español? It's like, how do you say in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice en español celular? Or, ¿cómo se dice en español bed? Right? ¿Cómo se dice en español bed? And I say, en español se dice cama. Okay? The next one. Ven acá. Come here. Ven acá. Or, ven para acá. Come here. Ven para acá. The next one. Es cierto. It's true. Es cierto. Or, es verdad. It's true. Es verdad. Or the contrary. No es cierto. It's not true. No es cierto. Or, no es verdad. It's not true. No es verdad. ¡Qué belleza! How beautiful. ¡Qué belleza! The next one. Tienes razón. Tienes razón. Informal. Or, tienes razón. Usted tiene razón. Formal. The next one. Estás equivocado. Informal. Or, está equivocado. Usted está equivocado. Formal. The next one. Creo que sí. I think so. Creo que sí. And finally, creo que no. I don't think so. Creo que no. Creo que estas clases están siendo provechosas para ti. Creo que sí. Let me know in the comments. Amigos, es todo por hoy. Como siempre, quiero agradecerte por haber visto el video hasta el final. Si te gustó, regálame un me gusta, suscríbete si aún no lo has hecho y no te olvides de darle a la campanita. If you liked the video, please subscribe, give me a like and don't forget to hit the bell button. Remember, this channel is new and with your help, we can make it grow together. Muchas gracias, nos vemos en la clase número 7. Adiós.